1, 2, 3, get it! Woo! Come! You know it's Fert Dance Friday, yeah!
That's a good dog. I'd say it's coming along rather well, wouldn't you? I had a few things shipped in from Georgia. We're gonna crack open and take a look because I've got to do an app today. It is Fert Dance Friday. However, it's not really gonna be getting any Fert. Today is an RGS day, so let's just find out what kind of goodies we've got here. Ooh, that's a pallet. Yay. Let's dig in. So I had a few things sent out to me here just so that I can have a couple extra bits on hand. This one being mighty important for some upcoming videos. There's been a lot of questions about applying to trees, applying to gardens, vegetable gardens, flowers, things like that. So 402, vitally important. 1801, and make sure we have plenty of that in hand. These are all the 2.5 gallon jugs. It's a 1 gallon. D-thatch that we'll be hitting as soon as it starts to get a little bit warmer. See if we can break down even some more of this material as time goes on. If anything that wasn't burned out, because again, I'm not removing any of it. Aerate, I just like to use it all the time. Keep things open, giving it that dose of potassium, leaving that carbon behind. It just helps year round. And then obviously filling in with 002, which last year, if you guys were watching everything I did last year, I ran the lawn on 002, and that was pretty much all I did. So I like to keep minor elements flowing in minor doses, not big, huge amounts of any of these minor elements, just because you can actually get into levels that are not good and will end up stunting the grass. So you do need to be careful. You don't want to just run this heavy, heavy, heavy all the time, because you can build up some minor elements that start to bind others. So that's what you would look out for, really with anything. If you go heavy with any particular item, at some point it's going to throw something else out of balance. So just keep that in mind. It's good to use a measured approach to everything that you do. So today, really all that I need to do on the turf pack here is an RGS app. And it's had plenty of food, so let's go take a look at it real quick. So, remember I was saying it's been cold, right? Yeah, if you can see that, that's all frost. Frost, frost, frost. It just melted off a little bit out here in the sun. But you can take a gander of how things are filling in just since the last update. It's coming along well. But again, snowed yesterday. Snowed the night before that. Heavy frost yesterday. Rain all throughout the week. Cold. Temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s consistently. So to go from how scalped out and bald this thing was to where it is right now in 2 weeks' time is pretty awesome. I mean, it shows the hardiness and the ability for soil to rebound quickly. So I cut this down to about 1.25 inches is where it's cut right now. I'm keeping it low just to try to get advantage of as much radiant sunlight, heat. I want the soil to warm up so that it can really start to fill in. So that's really been the issue. It hasn't been moisture. Moisture's not been an issue at all. We've got plenty of that. But temperatures have been just not agreeable, disagreeable temps. So one of the things that I was actually going to do today that I thought would be kind of an interesting test, because I'll be going out of town. So I'm heading out of town on Sunday. I'll pretty much be gone for really a full week. I'm going to pop back in for a minute next Friday, and so I'll be able to do an update on what's happening then. And all throughout next week, temperatures are going to be in the 60s-ish until coming into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It looks like we've got another storm coming, so it could cool off again. But I am going to do something a little different. I am going to run some D-thatch right now. Not because I need to take down any sort of material, really. There's not like a ton of that for me to take care of right now, but I want to just see if I increase, with those enzymes and the activity that's in that product, if I can increase some soil temperatures out here just from the activity. Now, we're kind of in a borderline area because, microbes right now are fairly sleepy. It's pretty cold, so they're not going to be really doing much. But if I apply something to the surface that has an enzymatic response, I should get some higher heat out of the soil. So the thing about this is I'm not going to be able to take progressions as the week goes on. And that could be problematic because we could come back and just see, oh, the grass looks phenomenal. That totally worked. Or I could have done nothing and it might have totally worked. You know what I'm saying? Makes it a little bit challenging. So I am going to go ahead and do that today. I was going to apply RGS today, but I've changed my mind. I am going to do D-thatch. And you know what? I'm going to do both. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do both. I'm going to do RGS. I'm going to do D-thatch. I'm going to get that out on here. Spray it all down. Let it get a chance to really sit down into the soil. And between now, which is Friday, and say Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, maybe we'll be able to see a change and I can do some updates on that. So that sounds like a good idea. I want to see if I can be cool like Castleberry. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this out at the heavier rate, which is 9 ounces per 1,000, which really is not very much for, again, this lawn is not big. So I only need 14.5 ounces to do what I need to do here. And that's really it. So my recommendation with this material always is apply in the summer or in the warmer months, because that's really when the heat kicks in to make these little bugs go to town and chew through any excess kind of litter material that you may have laying around. So that's typically best. So we're just gonna go right in here. Let's get this guy out. Chocolate. I don't know if anybody out there has gotten any D-thatch yet, but this smells delicious. Super delicious. Let's get this bad boy out there. Well, I got all hooked up, and then I realized I didn't put any RGS in there too. That was the one that we're missing. So I need 9 ounces in there. That's really all we're gonna do. Get this up to where it needs to be. Great. Okay, now I can go spray. So now it's out. I'm just passing over it with water just a little bit. Just push it down just a tiny bit. That's really all. I do mine on the fan spray more than the shower spray. Again, really doesn't matter. I just, for my brain, I like the way that it looks a little bit better. Feels like I'm getting a little bit more coverage when I'm out here, so that's just typically what I do. So, just a quick little water in here. And this whole process only takes 2 or 3 minutes. You know, you can get done mowing and walk out, hook up your little hose end and just knock things out like this really super quick. So that's it. Okay, so let's run down so far what's been applied this year. I think it's important for everybody keeping score at home exactly what's going on. Now, first off, unique circumstances this year. Very unique circumstances. Slow to come into spring growth. Tons of litter, tons of wintertime damage, tons of animal damage. I mean, like, ridiculous, right? So everything that's been done this year basically runs down like this. 002 at 6 ounces. 1801 first app was done at 6 ounces. A follow-up app was done at the full rate at 21 ounces. This is all per 1,000. Aerate has been done at 6 ounces. Okay. Today we did D-Thatch at 9 and RGS at 6. So that's what's happened over 4 applications, I believe, is what we've done. And, you know, I guess I was able to start applying. I put out that 002 and aerate very early on, like right after I got back, but that was still only maybe 3 weeks ago. So it's had 1 nitrogen feeding, really. And it wasn't really a whole lot. About 1/3 of a pound per 1,000 is what it's gotten this year so far, which is something because it didn't get any last year. So 1/3 of a pound plus a light rate of micros. And then basically I've just been working on the soil to try to get it to warm up and jump ahead. Like, I'm really pushing it. And I mean, it's coming along very, very well. Is it a golf course yet? No. It's going to get thicker and thicker and thicker as time goes on, but I know that I had enough root mass and that my soil was in good enough shape that I can really throw some things to it right now. But my biggest problem is soil temps and air temps. So today we're looking at about a high of a 53, should be getting up to that over the next little while. I think it's important for everybody to see what you know, the other lawns are looking like in the area. I'll probably say this a few times. They look good from far, far from good. Some don't look good from far, but everybody struggled coming out this year. Places that did okay had really good exposure, flatter ground where the snow stayed off of a little bit more this year, and they came out looking pretty well. But they're just riddled with weeds, so that's something that a lot of people are going to be battling this year. But anyway, there's that app. I'm pretty happy. Hit me up if you have any questions about the pace to which all of this is going, or, you know, anything. You know me, I love to talk. Talk to you guys soon.